Hey, welcome to Submarine Puppies. This is the first video, and today we are covering association. First of all, I want to show you what I'm talking about. Good. Ready? That was my dog. So I just gave him a few series of commands, and other than a confirmation, a reinforcement, which was good, I had him do come, sit, down, and place, just with hand signs. How did that happen? Because every single time I give those commands, I follow up with a hand sign. If I say sit, I'm going like this. If I say down, I'm going like this. If I point, he knows what I mean. Association is incredibly important. We do it all the time in real life. For example, you might smell fresh cut grass, and that's going to bring up a whole bunch of memories. You might even smell like cow manure, and that's going to make you think of something. It might, again, both of these might make you think of like time you spent at a greenhouse, time you spent at a farm, time you spent just walking out the street and smelling somebody mowing their lawn. It just happens, and like it triggers something. We're doing it all the time. We're not always aware of it. It happens whether we like it or not. Why is this important? First of all, in the late stage of your dog's life, they might go blind. They might go deaf. They might lose all sorts of senses. You want multiple layers of communication stacked from the way beginning, so that in case you're ever at a situation where it can happen, that you still have those tools available. Maybe you can't speak. That would be terrible, but who knows what's happening? Life changes, and you have to be able to set up things ahead of time so that things can be successful. We always want to set our dogs up for success. I'm going to tell you a little story about it. I probably should have started with it. Who cares? I'm not editing these videos. I was once at a concert, and I wanted to take a picture of somebody who was playing on stage. The concert's super loud. First of all, really loud. Second of all, don't start talking in the middle of a concert. So I took my dog and with hand signs, got him to the stage, had him sit, had him stay, and then I'm doing it right now. Anyway, I got a picture of the person who was performing. I walked him back to my seat. Again, had him sitting there. I can only assume that if I was speaking and again shouting commands over musical instruments, that that would have been a different vibe. The fact that I could do it with hand signs allowed me to communicate with my dog, and at the same time integrate with the situation that I was in a way that wasn't disruptive, and that has many benefits in general. More than just long-term planning, it actually allows for really significant communication with your dog. In fact, I'd actually make the argument that hand signals work better than voice commands. I think the eyes, for dogs that are so trained to observe, despite the fact that they can hear so well, just has a stronger input. There's something about the different than us. They see something and there's a gut reaction, there's an instinct that I find is way more effective. Again, I can't always have my dog's eyes on me. Sometimes he's looking around for me, but if he's looking at me and I give that signal, I find it's just a way faster and stronger, subtly input on the dog. So I cannot recommend it enough. And with that, I think my number one takeaway from this is keep track of what your dog is associating with. It will help a lot of things down the road. There might be things that you're seeing in your own training that you're like, oh, every time this happens, this happens. Think about it. Just spend time thinking about it, figuring it out. Second of all, the second takeaway is use hand signs. It's really important. I'm literally trying to teach my dog this to say that it's cool. So, yeah, use hand signs. It's really important, I think, again, for a number of reasons, whether it's long term growth of the dog or just an environment that you might need it, or again, the dog gets older, something goes and it's not available to you at that point, it needs to be there. That's it, and wishing everyone a great day. And yeah, I'm hoping to be back in a week or two for another video. Like always, my best regards, and please remember, sometimes dogs are tricky, sometimes they're hard. There's a lot of people who can give you advice. Figure out who you feel like you can trust, and please remember, yes, you can. Have a good day.